Hello everybody, this is Twin Yawgmoth, but you can call me Simon. Having exposed Dr. Wily's deliciously stupid plan last time, we'll now attack this evil mastermind directly. As said before, his stages really fall short in comparison to Proto Man's, but let's see for ourselves. We're greeting with an E-tank at the start here, which is really nice. It would be nicer if we didn't have an M-tank, because there would be another one here. This thing here, a fall of spikes, is somewhat of a staple in Mega Man. Thing is, if you jump right here, you die, which isn't real nice at all. That you have to hold right here is, well, somewhat obvious, and all in all that isn't really hard. Anyway, the throwing guys here are one of the special kind of enemies, like they're littered in Gravity Man stage, which aren't harmed by any weapon, by any special weapon really, so I'll just stick with the Buster in this case. This screen, however, is absolutely littered with enemies, and as Gravity Hold deals 1 point of damage to everyone, those cannons are now a one-hit. To get this life up, you just have to use the Super Arrow or Rush Coil or Rush Jet, whatever strikes your fancy. The next corridor is also tailor-made for the Buster with exactly the same enemies. They really ran out of ideas, didn't they? Because, as you can see here, down there, this guy here is easily hittable with the Buster and not about anything else we've got in our arsenal. Thing is, he'll always respawn if you go left, except if you just inch just a bit to the left, otherwise he'll hit you, so that's never fun. The spikes on the top, of course, just don't jump as high. Those guys here are a nice quattro kill. Sadly they didn't drop anything. This, as you can see here, is a glitch I mentioned before with Rush Coil. If you jump on its head and not on its back, well, you'll have to do it all again. Sad. But not that great of a problem. I jump a bit stupidly here, but it just serves as proof that this isn't nearly as hard as the jumping section in Proto 2, because you just don't get knocked off there, and there are no surprise flying enemies that drop bombs on your head. As you can see, this jump isn't makeable, I think, but down there is safer anyway. The first jump to the block where a longer stretch was above is really hard, but whatever. This stage tries its best to be threatening with the rehash of the Dustman crushes from Mega Man 4, but in effect they aren't as difficult as the Dustman crush. In Mega Man 4 you just have to be patient and plunk away at those things. Thing is, in Mega Man 4 you could take out a whole row of those stones in one charge Buster shot. You cannot hear and I don't understand it at all, because it just makes it that more tedious. Fortunately, this section isn't all that long, so whatever. The cannon guys are also annoying, so I don't like this at all. It's not even difficult, as I said, it's just you have to take out all of those or you will get crushed. And you're always in constant fear. This is the only slide that's somewhat tricky, and here it's just a sloppy transition. Anyways, you can get as many life ups here as you want, just hit all the eggs, or you can, again, as me, prove how powerful napalm bombs are and take out the chicken in 2 hits. I didn't even expect it to be that effective. Another Gravity Hold room. As we can see, Gravity Hold is really great. It's got a good reason why it's my number 2 weapon on the list of best weapons in this game. Here we've got an obvious Mega Buster room. I kind of flunky here. I want Charge Kick now, but I remember I stand on the ladder, so I use the worst weapon to ever use in this situation. Fortunately, it somehow works. Still, homing enemies that just stay on your toes are a really great issue, and this is why I like Charge Kick so much, because usually it deals with those quite easily. Problem here is that you cannot slide all that well because of the spikes, really. So, the boss here can either be really hard or really easy, depending on how he randomly wants to shoot you. Thing is here, he will always send out those things if you hit them with a Buster Shot or with anything else. And only when one of those is out he is hittable, as can be seen by his open eyes. The rest of this fight is just, well, jump at the right moment. It's all about timing, and things he shoots is his only way of attacking. Problem with that is they are really random and you can get knocked off easily, knocked into the side spikes, and, well, that's not fun. I don't use his weakness here at the start because it takes away weapon energy, and I really want to trigger the rings with the Buster. His weakness is Crystal Eye. I wanted to use it here, but he closed the eyes too quickly. And you can trigger those with a Crystal Eye shot, no problem, but really why should you? Because the Buster can be shot twice, Crystal Eye can be too, but it's harder, in my opinion at least. I use the M-Tank here without really needing it. As you can see here, it fills up everything, which is really great. Must be the reason why only in Mega Man 5 there is such a thing as an M-Tank, because it's really broken. Anyway, with this we can just glitch up here, as you can see, and end this fight really quickly. The real reason I used the M-Tank just now is that, as in Wily 1, we'll get greeted with another M-Tank when just right now when we start Wily 2, which is kind of awesome, because you don't have to conserve your weapon energy at all in the Wily stages. After you've gone out of Proto Man stages, where there are really spots when you think, will I have enough gyro blade or something, here it's not an issue, not at all. I can also waste Star Crash here, even if I know that I will need it later for the refights, because as I said, there is another M-Tank here and another E-Tank. The game is giving out like candy right about here, and it's absolutely great because you can have all the fun you like, but it also takes away quite a bit of the difficulty and somewhat of the feel of the Fortress stages, because it's as a cakewalk. Anyway, this wheel here is the only one that moves in the first part, so be on your toes for that. Just stand on the last one and the swing mat won't hit you. Here, most of the time you can just fall, as you can see here, and because you float, the jumping isn't really all that hard. It would be if you didn't float, but well, this is the one time the water level is good for you. Here, if you get the health pellet on top, usually you think, or I would think, that Napalm Bomb is great, but sadly those guys are invincible against it. Fortunately, didn't have to take it. This is absolute charge kick territory, as you can see here. Another reason why I like this stage. In fact, I do, because it's nice platforming. And I could have used charge kick here too, but then I remembered that the top one isn't hittable by it. So a quick Crystal Eye cameo appearance. Charge kick again is great here, because the mats on top are the splitting kind, and you can take them out easily, as in Snowman stage with this weapon, and you'll never get hit. Fun times for the whole family. Gravity Hold again shows off that it deserves the title of second best weapon in the game. Objectively, subjectively I like Napalm Bombs a lot more, but and a little trick I found out watching TRS run. Crystal Eye has such a great hitbox that it actually can hit the mice on the floor. Careful, trap. Because and such it is actually really useful here, and which makes it definitely more useful than Water Wave. And I must correct myself. I thought that Crystal Eye was really useless, but in situations like this it's actually better than a Charge Buster Shot, and that's all it takes a special weapon to be good. Here I wanted to use the Rush Jet at a higher point, it didn't work, then the jump gets tricky. This guy has surprised me a bit, but whatever, I live. Or do I? Anyway, the following boss here, I don't use his weakness at the start because I want to get used to his pattern. It's kind of funky because I always take one death here to get used to his pattern. Spoilers, I will die. Afterwards he's a real cakewalk. The thing is, you can only hit him, quite obviously, when his shutters are open, and he will always travel in the figure 8 here. Afterwards stop in the middle, close his shutters, and then go to the side you are. You can just slide to the other side, go on the moving platforms and shoot him then. You can see here, he will go in the fixed figure 8 pattern and then choose his side to hit you. When he's going from side to side, he will shoot out bullets from the side. When he's flying in the figure 8 pattern, he will shoot the balls from the top. You cannot really see those, so it's kind of luck based if you get hit. His weakness is gyro attack, which I don't really understand, because you can only hit him from the side, so it's kind of pointless if a weapon that goes up and down be his weakness. But whatever, he's dead. As said, his pattern isn't really that hard to get, but you have to get used to it. So, with this done, it's only 2 stages remaining. Those will be in the last video, which I hope will be a nice conclusion. Until then, goodbye and thanks for your attention.